town centre and the surrounding area. The ORTE area has splendid architecture and highly interesting archaeological sites.
First of all, there is Storico, where the remains of the Roman port on the Tiber provide evidence of commercial prosperity. The mosaic floors, the drainage systems, and the remains of homes, shops, baths, and large-scale port facilities show that the river port was extremely important. Further down, there are the remains of the last bridge crossing the Tiber before Rome, locally called the Bridge of Augustus. Although it was not built by him, it is believed to date from the 2nd century BC. On the steep hillside, we see the small shrine of Madonna della Trinità, an attractive church excavated in the rock with a set of good frescoes. Then there is the cloister at the sanctuary of Madonna delle Grazie. Though not open to the public since the nuns are cloistered, it preserves fine frescoes. As we come into the town center, the Church of Sant'Agostino is the first place to visit. It dates from the 14th century, and the structure we see today is the result of amalgamation of 3 buildings once separated by walls: the Church of Sant'Agostino, the Oratory of Sant'Egidio, and the Church of Santa Croce. The latter has the most works of art. We can see various frescoes, the 16th century painting of Madonna del Rosario, and the marvelous 15th century wooden crucifix. Further on, we find the Museum of Sacred Art, which with the nearby bell tower is one of the oldest buildings in ORTE. The former church of San Silvestro dates from the 14th century and was built over an earlier structure. The adjacent bell tower dates from 1100 and is in Romanesque style. Mode of terracotta bricks, it is undoubtedly one of the oldest in the Lazio region. The middle of the square has a fine column originating from the old cathedral. Not far away, there is the quarter that has best preserved its medieval appearance, San Biagio. The church of San Biagio preserves its original outlines, though the interiors had been rebuilt after several fires. Piazza della Libertà is Orte's main square, dominated by the wide facade of Church of Santa Maria Assunta. The interior is impressive and solemn, and preserves an extraordinary organ, mostly consisting of original parts dating from the 16th century. Palazzo Nuzzi, the town hall, is located nearby, and the Room of the Banners hosts 2 17th century paintings of the Caravaggio school. The other main building in the square is the 16th century Palazzo del Podestà, now called Palazzo dell'Orologio. Towards the middle of the square, we come to the underground fountain, already referred to as being ancient in the 14th century municipal statutes. For centuries, this fountain was the only source of water for the inhabitants of ORTE. The square has remains from various periods, and under the current street level, the pavement From the Roman Forum of Augustus has been discovered, as well as parts of the Roman drainage system and tombs from 2 early medieval burial sites. At the Poggio we can find a typically medieval style building with a portico and colonnade called the House of Judas, thus named because a traitor of the city once lived there. In the northern part of the town center we can see the Potter's Arch and a palazzo built by the Alberti family. The main floor has an elegant room with a series of 17th and 18th century frescoes.
Today, the former fortress is a public garden. This place was once the town's military district and was quite large, extending beyond the Tufa Hill as it exists today. We can see these remains in some early 20th century photos. The fortress was demolished in 1431 and its appearance is probably depicted in one of the frescoes in Palazzo Alberti.
The Church of San Pietro on the other main street hosts the fragments of a 16th century terracotta statue of St. Peter. The Church of San Francesco houses a 17th century painting depicting the Madonna della Misericordia and a 6th century sarcophagus. Next to the church there is another Palazzo Alberti. It contains a spiral staircase attributed to Vignola, and is notable for being built into the wall instead of around the central column. Many have tried to imitate it, and they have all failed. The building opposite the medieval Palazzo Roberteschi, now used for exhibitions and conferences. Further on, we come to the Civic Museum, situated in the former Church of San Antonio.
Prowling through the town centre, we also come across doorways, arches, colonnades and stone figures set into the walls of the houses, full in harmony with the lanes and small squares that suddenly come into view.